Hi, welcome to this NFT course. My name is Henry and I will be your blockchain instructor. I've been working in the blockchain space for a few years and currently I'm a blockchain project manager for a large financial institution. I've wrote a book about blockchain. The book is called Unblockchain, and I have another course on Udemy also called Unblockchain. So if you want to learn more about blockchain and not only NFTs, please check also that course. And now let's go to the NFT space. So let's get into this NFT course. I'm going to guide you step by step and show you how easy it is to buy, sell, and create and mint NFTs. NFTs is short for non-fungible tokens, and it's basically a unique asset. By tokenizing an asset, you guarantee that you own the asset and that it is unique. The ownership of NFTs is managed in a decentralized manner by the blockchain. Anybody can create an NFT, but there are some important steps, and you need to understand the technologies behind it and its features and constraints. I will guide you through these steps and good practices to create an NFT so that you can be confident that you also do the right steps when creating your first NFT for your digital art. You don't need any coding skills to create an NFT, but you will need to follow some steps. You will need to have a wallet, buy some crypto, buy some Ether, and pay gas fees and sign transactions. The tokenization of non-fungible assets has created endless possibilities for the blockchain asset digitization. Blockchain offers the collectible market much more security and digital scarcity, especially to ensure the asset's authenticity and eliminate counterfeiting. NFTs are popular in gaming ecosystem, but besides gaming, NFTs can also be used to digitize anything considered to have value. Many people miss this, but it's really important to break down the NFT creation into two sections. First, there is the blockchain part that handles the minting and the bookkeeping of the NFT. Blockchain is great to make sure that the metadata of the NFT is immutable and secure by replicating it across thousands of computers, across thousands of nodes around the world. However, blockchains cannot handle storing large amounts of data because it becomes extremely expensive to replicate large amounts of data across thousands of nodes. This is where the second section comes into place, storing the NFT data. The majority of the NFTs data need to be stored off-chain, outside of the blockchain, and we need to maintain this data secure also. In this course, I will talk about these two aspects, and you'll learn a lot, and I'm sure you are going to enjoy and have also and we'll also have some hands-on together. So join me on the next one. So why do we need blockchains, and why is that I believe that blockchains are here to stay? So before the creation of blockchains, the only way to transact between each other was to trust a centralized party like a bank or an auction house. The trusted centralized party keeps the records and keeps the ledgers and updates the records and the balances and the ledgers whenever necessary. So like, for example, banks update our balance, our bank account balance when you receive a payment. And lawyers and auction houses, they update the ownership of artwork when we purchase or sell when our artwork can change hands. Can we do this without a centralized authority? Can we open the market to new business models? And can digital artists create themselves a token of ownership for their art? Can digital artists finally be rewarded for their work? This is where blockchain comes into place, and this is what NFTs are doing. In late 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto released a white paper describing a solution that would solve these issues. Bitcoin, firstly. Bitcoin is regulated mathematically through algorithms to maintain the supply of the assets, and there is no centralized authority that controls the creation of the assets. And this eliminates the need for middlemen and help us to reduce transaction costs. It's more transparent and it's immutable. It's not possible to manipulate or to have frauds. And it also increased the transaction speeds in many cases from days to a few minutes. And it's much faster to update the ledger and have everyone synchronized on the same page with blockchain. There are also some essential characteristics and advantages when referring to blockchain and cryptocurrencies. So firstly, as you heard probably already before, blockchains are decentralized. There is no centralized third party controlling the blockchain and its transactions, and there is no centralized management, except in some rare cases like talking about permissioned blockchains, but we are not talking about this. NFTs is using Ethereum, which is totally decentralized. It's also anonymous or pseudo-anonymous, or pseudonymous, whatever you prefer. So it is not linked to your real world identity. It's instead linked to your public key or to your wallet address. It's also secure. Blockchain security is ensured by consensus mechanisms and by the public key cryptography. It's fast, as I said already, and blockchains can be accessed from any place in the world, and as long as you have an internet connection, you can have access to the Ethereum records and you can have access to your NFT. And also, these blockchains are permissionless, meaning that anyone in the world can use them, and users' geographical location doesn't matter. So I think you can see here some of the important advantages, right? Let's ask now a quick question. Why do we need blockchains or decentralized distributed ledgers? Is it because Bitcoin is a new gold? Is it because Dogecoin is going to the moon? Or is it because blockchain is a distributed database that allows parties to transact in a trustless and seamless way? This one is hard to reply, right? It's because Dogecoin is going to the moon. No, I was kidding. It's because blockchain is a distributed database that is allowing us to transact in a trustless way, in seamless way. And this is what blockchain is also bringing to the digital art world and to NFTs. So for the first time, you can interact with someone that you don't know, that is probably in the other side of the world, and you can sell to this person your digital art and be rewarded and receive the payment in a totally trustless way, meaning that you don't need a centralized party to do this, which is quite cool, right? So what is blockchain? Straightforwardly, a blockchain is basically a distributed database that allows recording of the state of an asset and allows a trustless relationship between parties that maybe don't know each other, and the blockchain and smart contracts in the blockchain, in Ethereum blockchain in this case, will automate contractual agreements. Transactions and data is usually grouped together in blocks, and these blocks are connected between each other with hash values, hence the name blockchain. You can see like these blocks are pages in the book, like we can see here, that are connected between each other. Being a decentralized system keeps the ledger in a peer-to-peer network where all the computers are connected, and all the computers keep an updated copy of this ledger. All the nodes involved in the blockchain keep track of all the balances and smart contracts and ownership of the assets in the blockchain, including the NFTs. A node is basically a computer in a network, and the term comes from computer science, but basically nodes are computers that participate in a peer-to-peer network. You can have a node in Ethereum blockchain, it's very easy to do it. Check my other video. But ledger is, the distributed ledger is distributed across these thousands of nodes in such a way that each computer can verify individually the transactions, but from the user point of view, from your perspective, you are interacting with one single system. So let's take a look at this magical book analogy. You can see this has an old paper book where each page refers to the previous page with a code. And the book is the blockchain, and each page is a block. Each line in the page of the book is a blockchain transaction, or an NFT, or a smart contract. Because each page is numbered and refers to the previous page, it is easy to detect if a page was removed or altered. Pages are numbered in a way that makes it easy to detect and prevent malicious activity. Blockchains are dealing with billions of dollars, and we don't want malicious activity. And since pages are stacked on the top of each other in this kind of book, it's very hard to change previous pages. Now try to visualize this data as like this is like a data sharing of the NFTs. Every time a new NFT is created or minted, a new record of data is appended to the blockchain, and this record is immutable and no one can change it or tamper it with. So you can see here why NFTs are immutable and why you can trust the blockchain to have a decentralized system where your NFT, your digital assets, your whatever is the asset can live on the blockchain, and you can trust that it is secure and immutable, and it's not going to change anytime soon, and it's not going to be hacked. And this asset, this ownership in the blockchain represents your ownership, and that's why blockchain is such a great solution for NFTs and many other things like decentralized finance. Hey, did you know that NFTs are actually not new and they already exist in the market for a few years? Let's talk about the NFT history and why do we need NFTs, and NFT also history in the context of digital art. So digital art wasn't recognized as real art for many years. Painting and sculptures and installations were the real art, while digital art was kind of seen as a second-tier art. However, digital artists also spend a lot of time building their art and perfecting their skills, just like any other classical artist. For many years, digital art and digital artists were not paid the fair share for their work. Digital artists were more like freelancers doing like different gigs and jumping from gig to gig, and always had a hard time making more money from their digital art and be rewarded fairly. The reason why it's so hard to make digital art unique is once digital art is created, it's very easy to be copied and to copy thousands of times across the internet. And it's very hard to track those copies and distinguish which one was the original. In classical painting, I know that although there are some thousands of photos of Salvador Dali, Persistence of Memory, although there are thousands of copies of Salvador Dali, Persistence of Memory all over the internet, I know that the original is somewhere in a museum. In this case, it's in the MoMA in New York. And the collectibles art market has grown massively over the last century, with global estimates reaching hundreds of millions of dollars. Crypto collectibles came into existence in the early days of Bitcoin with the creation of colored coins. Colored coins were kind of small denominations of Bitcoin, and they were used to represent different assets on the blockchain, like with some metadata. And colored coins would store some metadata related to the asset on the blockchain. And although the project didn't gain much popularity, it was a precursor of the NFT idea. The crypto community began to recognize the potential of storing digital assets into the blockchain, and in 2014, a peer-to-peer financial platform called Counterparty was created on the top of the Bitcoin blockchain, and it was basically laying down the foundations for modern NFTs. In 2016, we started to have community-led NFTs called Rare Pepe. We have some weird stuff, but basically this was a community-led NFTs. but didn't gain like that much popularity until the term NFT was finally coined with the creation of the ERC-71 token standard in the Ethereum blockchain. The ERC-71 allowed the creation of projects like CryptoKitties. CryptoKitties which hit mainstream in late 2017, and CryptoKitties is basically a game that allows players to collect, breed, exchange, and create virtual cute cats, and it's using the ERC-71 NFT standard. And it was very well known for the congestion of the Ethereum blockchain. Alongside with CryptoKitties, there are other similar projects, very well-known projects like CryptoPunks, and currently CryptoPunks are also very valuable. NFTs, as you know already, stands for non-fungible token, and it's a whole new world. And they are bringing like really new business models. For example, why is this CryptoKitty here worth $1 million? Because it's a unique piece of art. It's a unique token, and many other NFTs have a big demand in the market, increasing their value. NFTs token have fungibility, meaning that each token is unique and irreplaceable. They are generally using the Ethereum ERC-71 standard, which we are going to see in more detail. And the standard was introduced to the blockchain network, to the Ethereum blockchain network in late 2017. Now, even Christie's is entering the NFT market, and we doing NFT-based auctions. And they made this auction in February 2021, where they auctioned people art for $69 million. An NFT represents the ownership of an item, and it can be eventually copy-paste the image to my computer, but the ownership of that item will be always linked to someone in the Ethereum blockchain in an immutable way. So as I said, the artist people sold the collection first in late 2020 for $3.5 million in the Nifty gateway. And then later, in February 2021, sold Christie's auction for $69 million. And now I'm very happy to see that digital artists are finally being paid their fair share part for the work that they do. So let's continue to unblock what are NFTs. So what exactly is an NFT, and what does fungibility means? It's very important to understand this. NFT stands for non-fungible token. It usually represents the ownership of a digital asset, but it can also represent the ownership of a physical asset, as you will be able to see later in the NFT use cases section of this course. NFTs can be owned, collected, and traded. NFTs must be unique. They are, or at least be part of a limited edition. You cannot multiplicate NFTs unlimitedly. And they must represent the ownership of an asset, and they are also interchangeable. The process of transforming an asset into a token is called tokenization, and a token is like a certificate of an asset that it represents. NFT can be seen as a certificate of ownership and a certificate of origin of an artwork. Why do NFTs have values, or at least some of them? Well, you can see the parallelism between tokens and a banknote, for example. A $50 banknote is just a worthless paper. However, it represents the buying power, the purchasing power of $50. And people believe that it has value. In the same way, people believe that a token representing an asset like art, an artwork, has value. It's enough. If people believe that it has value, then it has value. and there is a market for it. There are many forms of assets, such as physical assets, things like property, a car, or gold, and digital assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or numbers in your bank account, or digital art. These are all assets that can be represented in the blockchain. We also need to understand what's fungibility. Fungibility means that the assets share the same characteristics and that they are interchangeable and can be divided. For example, if I give you a $50 note and you give me a different $50 note, I have the same value. Or if I give you a $50 note and you give me a 5 times $10 notes, I will also have the same value. It's all the same. If I send you 1 Bitcoin and you send me back 2 times half Bitcoin, I will basically have the same value. However, non-fungible assets are different. They are unique. And if I send you a Mona Lisa and you send me the persistence of art from Salvador Dali, they are different, right? They don't have the same value. Non-fungible tokens represent unique assets that cannot be simply exchanged with one another and cannot be divisible also. They have unique characteristics. Okay, another example. Certain Pokemon cards, like Pikachu, have a different value from Alakazam. They are different cards. Make sense? Also, if I cut the Pikachu card into pieces, I will destroy its value. Most of the times, I cannot divide non-fungible assets. Like, I cannot divide the Mona Lisa painting, right? The same way, NFTs are unique in value and cannot be divided, as they represent one unique single asset, like one Pokemon card or one Mona Lisa painting. Now, why do we need blockchain here? Well, Pokemon cards are managed in a centralized way. They are managed by a company in Japan that decides how many cards are they going to print. And they manufacture new cards, they control the supply and demand, and they control the artwork of those cards. We trust that they are doing a good job, but someone working for the Pokemon company, I don't know, could eventually try to print a few extra rare cards for his friends, and this will be unfair, right? Blockchain allows artists to control this and to self-publish their digital art in a decentralized manner without the need of a centralized company to validate their work's uniqueness. The uniqueness can be validated by the blockchain. And blockchain is like a huge immutable database that is distributed across thousands of computers. Everything is transparent and visible to everyone. Blockchain really allows the creating NFTs that can verify the ownership and be exchanged, and they are indivisible, they are secure, and they are unique. An NFT is this kind of digital certificate stored in the blockchain. Any blockchain that supports smart contracts can have NFTs, but most of the NFTs are created in the Ethereum blockchain. And also it's important to say that NFTs allow the creation of digital assets from real artwork, okay? Allowing to create limited editions that can be tracked digitally. It is impossible to forge an NFT. Although there are many scams involving NFTs, and we are going to talk about that later in the NFT security section. One more advantage of NFTs is that the creator can also be compensated for future sales. The NFT smart contract can define a royalty percentage that will be paid to the artist every time the NFT is sold in the future. And this can happen in a totally automated way, which is really wonderful. Okay, I hope you can see the advantages of NFTs and why do we need NFTs and what is an NFT. And join me in the next lecture. Let me know if you have any question. So let's talk about the blockchain protocols behind NFTs. And if you recognize this logo here, you know which blockchain we will be talking about. There are different blockchain protocols that can handle NFTs, but currently most of the NFTs are issued in the Ethereum blockchain. The token standards to create NFTs are compatible with other blockchains as long as the blockchain protocol uses a Turing complete programming language, meaning that you can program anything. So blockchains such as Cardano, EOS or EOS, whatever you prefer, and Tezos, and many others also support the creation of NFTs, or at least in theory. However, it seems that the community prefers to continue to use Ethereum as the favorite blockchain. Although the Ethereum blockchain is quite congested, generating very high transaction fees, people continue to prefer to use the Ethereum blockchain because it's more widely adopted. And the blockchain, the explanation for me why people prefer to continue to use Ethereum is basically due to network effects. The Ethereum network is where everyone is issuing NFTs, and for that same reason, people continue to use it just because they have a big network. We have network effects. A network gets more valuable when more participants join a network, and the more participants a network has, the better the network value is, and the better the capacity to conduct business within that network. And I think it's basically everyone is using Ethereum because everyone is on Ethereum, basically. It's like the same as like a social network. Why is everyone using Facebook? I don't have Facebook, by the way, but even if you have a better social media platform better than Facebook, the people continue to use Facebook because everyone is using Facebook. And if you go to a different social media platform that perhaps it has better features than Facebook, but no one is there, it's not really worth, right? And for the same reason, I think people are using Ethereum. But by the way, talking about the Ethereum transaction fees, Ethereum is moving to Ethereum 2.0 in less than 2 years. So probably 2023 should be already upgraded to Ethereum 2.0, which is going to reduce drastically the transaction fees and also improve the scalability of the network. Oh, and I almost forgot to say, this artwork here was created by Shuvabak. Shuvabak, you can follow him on Twitter and Instagram, Shuvabak, okay? A great digital artist that I follow, and I wanted to share also his work here. Check his Twitter and Instagram. Okay, so if we are talking about NFTs, it's mandatory that we talk about Ethereum, the main blockchain that is allowing us to issue NFTs and have these token standards like ERC20, ERC721, and other smart contract standards that allow us to issue these NFTs. Let me remove myself to this side and let's get into it. So Ethereum was first described by Vitalik Buterin in 2013 in his white paper, where it was described as a next generation smart contract and decentralized application platform. Ethereum has its native currency called Ether, ticker symbol ETH, which we are going to see later, and which has a market cap around $235 billion in March 2021. Ether is used both for transactions and used as a currency to reward the miners for their work through the transaction fees that are paid by users in smart contracts. And per day, Ethereum processes more than 1 million transactions, which are approximately like 4 times more than Bitcoin. It's important to say that Ethereum is completely free to read. That is, you can check and read the blockchain. It's completely public, but it's not free to write. To write on the blockchain, if you want to write any code, any smart contract, any data transaction, or any new NFT, you need to pay transaction fees, also called gas. And these transaction fees kind of work like this. You can see who is in a party, and you can hear the music that they are listening to, but to enter the party, you have to pay, okay? Ethereum is also described like a second generation blockchain, being Bitcoin, the Bitcoin blockchain, the first generation, because Ethereum supports for the first time in the blockchain history smart contracts and the scripting functionality. Smart contracts allow a world of possibilities, and they can do pretty much anything, and they can automate any business logic, and they are self-executing computer code that lives in a decentralized blockchain. And we are going to detail what are the smart contracts a bit later, so no need to worry what are smart contracts now. But yeah, you can basically build anything on top of these smart contracts using a programming language called Solidity, and these programs runs on the EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine. And you can see this EVM has a gigantic Turing complete decentralized virtual machine that is distributed across all the Ethereum nodes worldwide, which at the moment I think are 8,500 nodes, and you can also participate with the nodes. And you can pretty much execute anything, including the smart contracts related to NFTs. The trade-off of this infrastructure is that sometimes it's a bit expensive, and sometimes transaction fees can be a bit expensive. Because, as I said, Ethereum is now using proof of work, but it's planned to change to proof of stake in less than 2 years' time with Ethereum 2.0, and this is going to improve, no doubt, the transaction fees and the speed of the network. Entire new industries are being built on the top of Ethereum. Hundreds of ICOs have raised billions of dollars. Many NFTs marketplaces are buying and selling and creating non-fungible tokens for art, collectibles, and CryptoKitties and CryptoPunks. Dozens of DeFi projects are running on the top of the Ethereum blockchain, building entire new financial industries. And Ethereum is really a huge universe of possibilities and applications, and there is a lot of creativity going on. And Ethereum is really the most popular smart contract platform, which has nurtured a really good ecosystem consisting of thousands of developers who keep improving the Ethereum blockchain. It has also a huge amount of value locked in smart contracts and all these smart contracts that are like dealing with NFTs, for example. And Ethereum is an excellent choice to keep doing decentralized finance and NFTs. Okay, very good. Let's talk about smart contracts and why are smart contracts important in the NFT world, okay? And they are quite important, you will see. Smart contract is basically a piece of computer program that can execute a contractual agreement between two parties. And an NFT is a contractual agreement, right? Smart contracts can execute any contractual agreement or condition or function. They are a Turing complete. They use Turing complete programming languages, meaning that they can execute conditional statements and conditional branching. Basically, these conditional statements and branching are used by programming languages with the if, then, else computer logic. But basically, smart contracts are autonomously executed, meaning that there is no need of a third-party intervention to execute and deploy and execute a smart contract, and this execution cannot really be stopped. Smart contracts are self-enforced, and the rules of the smart contract are hard-coded in the code of the smart contract. For example, a smart contract can work as an escrow for a settlement of a payment related to an NFT. And Alice, for example, can release the funds to Bob once Bob sends the NFT to Alice. And in a smart contract, this can be automatically executed. And people say that code is law in the blockchain world. So if you code a smart contract saying, okay, if anyone pays $10,000 for this NFT, then the NFT is automatically transferred to that person, that's a smart contract that is going to be self-executed. If someone pays the $10,000, automatically the ownership of the NFT is going to change according to what we have defined in the smart contract. And this can happen very easily and you can do it with these smart contract platforms and marketplaces that we are going to take a look at it later. Smart contracts that we are talking about usually use the Ethereum blockchain, the Ethereum virtual machine, and although we can use other blockchains, as we said before, most of the smart contracts are really deployed on the Ethereum blockchain. Okay, now some important characteristics of the of smart contracts: they are self-executed. They are Turing complete, meaning that can execute complex functions. Parties can remain pseudonymous or pseudo-anonymous. I never know how to say this word. Smart contracts are transparent and fully auditable, and smart contracts are immutable. So considering these characteristics, you can imagine that there are quite a lot of possibilities to the NFT market. It is possible, for example, to set up a percentage of royalties that the artist wants to be paid every time the NFT is sold. And this royalty payment can be coded in the smart contract, in the NFT smart contract, and will happen automatically in the future. Every time the NFT is sold, he is going to be paid the royalties. So the possibilities are really endless, and it's a really exciting world to see how smart contracts and NFTs are changing the digital art world. Hello everyone, welcome back, and now let's talk about the token standards behind NFTs. So the ERC-71 token standard is really what enables developers to create non-fungible tokens on the Ethereum blockchain that will represent unique assets like digital art or a painting or a property or a sculpture or anything that you can imagine. Simply put, the ERC-71 standard allows the creation of a unique ID for each token, while the ERC-20 token standard that is used to mint fungible tokens doesn't offer this ID functionality. So if we go to this page here, this is basically the Ethereum documentation. You can double check. It's a great source of information, and you can scroll down here, and we have here two token standards. Probably have also heard about more token standards, but officially these are the two main token standards, and that's why they only feature these two token standards here. So you have here ERC-20, a standard interface for fungible tokens, like voting tokens and staking tokens in virtual currencies. And we have the ERC-71, which is a standard interface for non-fungible tokens, like artwork, right, or a song. If we quickly go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, you can see that fungible tokens, the ERC-20 tokens, are widely adopted. Okay, many cryptocurrencies and tokens are ERC-20 tokens. And if you want to check them, you can come here. You have here a big list of all the cryptocurrencies, and you click filter. And let's find by all platforms, and let's type the Ethereum platform. You could choose Ethereum Classic, but I'm going to choose the Ethereum main platform. And basically he's going to show us all the tokens that are issued on the Ethereum platform using the ERC-20 standard, meaning that these are all fungible tokens. Like we have Tether, Uniswap, Chainlink, USD Coin. So these are all tokens that can be interchangeable, and one Tether is the same as the other Tether. So yeah, you have here many of them, as you can see here, right? Yep, you have hundreds of them or thousands of them. You see that there are like let me remove myself. You can see here that there are 42 pages of tokens. So yeah, it's a huge market. Now ERC-71 tokens are not listed here because they are unique. Okay, let's go back to the differences between the tokens. So if I click here ERC-20, these are for the fungible tokens. So the tokens that we can create, we can, for example, mint 1 million of those, and these 1 million ERC20 tokens are just all the same. So as you can see, as you can read here, ERC20 introduces a standard for fungible tokens. In other words, they have a property that makes each token exactly the same of another token. For example, ERC20 tokens act just like ETH, Ether, meaning that one token will always be equal to all the other token. If we look at the codes, we have here, for example, we can define the total supply, the symbol, so the name of the token. You can call it, let's say, Gecko token, and the symbol is GCC or GCK or something like that, and we can create total supply of 1 billion of them. Okay, so we can create many of them, and there is no field here to have like a unique ID for each token, right? Now if we go to the ERC721 standard, we can read here, the ERC721 introduces a standard for NFTs, non-fungible tokens. In other words, this type of token is unique and can be different value than other token from the same smart contract. Yeah, NFTs have a uint256 variable called token ID. So you can have, each token can have a different ID. So let's scroll down. Yeah, and this token ID can be used as an input or output as an image, or something cool like zombies, weapons, skills, amazing kitties, digital art, or anything that you really want. So if we scroll down here to look at the code, I hope you can see it well. Yep. Yeah, let me zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, so as you can see here, you can have token ID, and you can define the token ID for each token that you issue. Okay, token ID, you have here, you see, you have token ID all over the place, so you can define this token ID every time you transfer the token, every time you mint a new token. Each token has a different token ID. Pause the video for a second. If I navigate to the GitHub page where we have the ERC721 codes, and if I scroll down here, you can see that you can append to the token these JSON codes with the token metadata. So you can have, for example, we have the name, we have you can append a URL of the image, so you can add additional information to the ERC721 token, making it unique. And you can add this metadata of the image that you are adding, right? Of the image or the asset that you are adding. So you can add some additional metadata. You can add a URL that is going to take us to a place where the token is stored, the token, I mean the image related to the token, and this is quite important, and we are also going to detail this further because there are two parts to an NFT, right? The part that is stored on the blockchain, which is what we are looking at the moment, and the part that is stored off chain. So we need to find a secure place to store the image, because the image is not going to be on the blockchain. What is on the blockchain is the metadata, as we can see here. So let's talk about that in another video. Hey, you are here. Apologies, I didn't notice. Okay, so if you are here, it's because you want to know which token smart contract you should use to mint your NFTs. And the answer to that question may not be what you are expecting. Actually, if you already checked my other videos and my NFT course, I've been also talking a lot about ERC721 token standard. So bear with me to see the differences between ERC20, ERC721, and ERC1155. Yes, we are going to talk about the ERC1155 and why maybe you should be using this one and not the ERC721. Okay, so ERC stands for Ethereum Request for Comments. But what are the ERC20, ERC721, and ERC1155? People are building huge multi-billion NFT marketplaces with the help of the Ethereum's ERC721 token standard, or is it the ERC1155? Let's talk about all these token standards and see the differences between them and the use cases. Okay, let's go back to the basics. I'm sure you have already heard many times about ERC20. The first and most widely token standard used and approved by the Ethereum blockchain back in 2017. So this ERC20 has emerged as the technological standard for token implementation. So it was proposed initially in 2015, but it was finally integrated in the Ethereum blockchain in 2017. It lays out the guidelines to all the Ethereum-based tokens that adhere to the ERC20. ERC20 is a fungible token used for multiple use cases. You have, for example, the stablecoins, Tether, USDC, and DAI, or the ICOs, the initial coin offerings. All these utility tokens, most of them are ERC20. They are fungible tokens, which means that one token is exactly the same as the other token. In 2017 and 2018, the issuance of huge amounts of different ERC tokens was used to fundraise projects, right? And do all the ICOs and all the crazy blockchain hype. Until today, the ERC20 standard is still widely used and plays a major role in the blockchain and the Ethereum ecosystem. And not only Ethereum, other blockchains like Tron, Binance Smart Chain, they also used very similar token standards. Then we have the ERC721. Unlike ERC20, ERC721 is specialized for non-fungible tokens. The NFTs hype is often credited to the emergence of ERC721, which is essentially the set of rules for the NFTs. But the ERC721 token standard is used already for many years. To be precise, ERC721 started to be used in late 2017 by two well-known projects, CryptoPunks and CryptoKitties. You can see CryptoPunk here, right? Not here, there. NFTs are unique tokens that cannot be replaced. They have a unique value, unique token ID, and they are part of the same smart contract. So, for example, all the CryptoPunks are issued from one same smart contract. So ERC721 basically introduces a standard for building NFTs on Ethereum. The idea of ERC721 was initially presented by a group of people, including the CTO of the CryptoKitties project, and it was introduced as an Ethereum Improvement Proposal, or EIP, in 2017. Then it was later fully approved in 2018. Just like many other ERCs, ERC721 also provides some functionalities to NFTs. Some of the examples include providing the ability to get the accounts of and the current token balance, to provide a supply for the tokens, and it also helps to make NFT transactions possible from one account to another. You can send NFTs. The ERC721 provides the unique opportunity for creating marketplaces for artists, gamers, and digital artists, or basically anyone who has something valuable or unique to sell. Then you have finally the ERC1155, In 2019, ERC1155 was first introduced. To sum up, the ERC1155 is the hybrid between ERC20 and ERC721. The limitations of both ERC20 and ERC721 token results in the creation of the ERC1155. ERC20 and ERC721 standards are based on deploying a smart contract separately for every type of collection, right? It's impossible to obtain a token identifier directly, which makes transactions with these tokens difficult. Just imagine a buyer has decided to buy, for example, a set of 5 NFTs from the same collection, and in order to transfer these 5 NFTs, you need to carry out 5 separate transactions. And along with all these transactions, you have all the transaction fees and network fees. And the fact that you need to do this is really straining the Ethereum blockchain, which leads to high gas fees and prolonged transaction times. And also then you have the incompatibility between ERC20 and ERC721 tokens. This is another issue. Since many dApps use both tokens, it becomes very complex because to use ERC20 and ERC721 you need to use like different smart contracts. These are some of the reasons why ERC1155 was introduced. In addition, the ERC1155 allows each token to represent a new token type that is configurable. This can largely reduce the amount of data required to distinguish one token from another. Also allows sending different types of NFTs in one single transaction. So you can use one single transaction to send 5 NFTs instead of making separate transactions for every token. And you could eventually send ERC, you could send fungible and non-fungible tokens together in the same transactions. And these functions ultimately result in reducing the network congestion and largely reduce the gas fees that you have to pay. On the other hand, dApp developers who use ERC1155 can allow its users to register both fungible and non-fungible tokens by using the same smart contract and the same address. This is because fungible tokens are used as a payment currency, right? While non-fungible tokens are used for collectibles and exchange unique items. And therefore is way more efficient to use 1155 in terms of resources. You can send transactions together with fungible and non-fungible tokens. Another significant feature of the ERC1155 is the secure token transfer. This 1155 smart contract includes a function that can help you to verify if the transaction has been carried out or not. And if not, it can help you to revert the transaction and return control of the tokens back to the issuer. This is an extremely helpful feature because mistakes can sometimes happen when you are transferring tokens. When this happens, the transaction can be voided and the issuer can recover the tokens and allow it to verify the address again and make another transaction. Due to its unique utilities, we can foresee that much more projects are taking on the ERC1155 standard. So, what are your thoughts about these 3 ERC token standards? Have you minted any NFTs? And which ERC standard have you used? Hi everyone. As you know by now, I love to have feedback from my students in order to update the content of my courses. And Marlos, one of my NFT course students, sent me a message saying, I'm very interested in code and deploy my own ERC721 contract. Do you plan to include something about that in the course? Well, dear Marlos, your wishes are my duty. Let's get into it. Let's go and deploy your own ERC721 contract. So for this lesson, we will need to have MetaMask installed, you'll need IPFS installed, and you will need to use also Ethereum Remix, which is going to allow us to deploy the code and the smart contract and compile. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so to start, I guess you have already installed by now your MetaMask wallet. If you don't have MetaMask yet, you can jump to the MetaMask lecture where I go step by step how to install MetaMask. Okay, once you have MetaMask installed in your web browser and you have logged into your MetaMask, you can choose between different networks. And in this case, we are going to be using the Ropsten test network. We don't want to use the Ethereum mainnet, so you are going to use the Ropsten. Then to execute the smart contract, we will also need some fake Ethereum. Yeah, fake. I wish I have this amount of Ethereum on my real account, but this is fake Ethereum. If you don't have yet some fake Ethereum on the testnet, you can just Google search Ropsten Ethereum faucet and open the first few links that will that are basically these faucets where you can get some test Ethereum. So basically you will need to copy paste your Ethereum account here to here, go ahead and click send me the test Ether. And because I have got already some test Ethereum very recently, he's not going to allow me to do it. And anyway, I have the test Ethereum that we need for now. Okay, now that you have some test Ethereum, let's close these tabs and let's head to the IPFS install. So IPFS stands for Interplanetary File System. And it's basically more like a decentralized cloud, a decentralized, let's say, a Google Drive. We will detail later this, but you want basically to install IPFS desktop. So go ahead, install IPFS desktop. I'm not going to install now because I already have it. You can choose according to your operating system. And if you have Windows, Mac OS, and Ubuntu, so go ahead and please install IPFS on your computer. Awesome! Now that you have installed IPFS, the Interplanetary File System, you are going to see this UI. And you have different information here. So I can see now that I'm a peer in this peer-to-peer network. I'm a node, right? And I can click here and see that I'm connected to a bunch of peer nodes all around the world. How cool is this? Okay, but let's go straight to the point and upload the file to IPFS, to this kind of decentralized cloud platform. So I'm going ahead and click import. Let's say the file that I'm going to import now is my artwork, my digital artwork, or a photography if I'm a professional photographer. And what I'm going to upload is actually this Mona Lisa photo. Let's say that for a minute I'm Leonardo da Vinci and I want to upload this Mona Lisa wearing a mask. Okay, so let's go ahead and upload. So okay, so here we have our file. This is the content identification ID. And we have, if I click here, I have the link to my file, and it's all good. Now the file is uploaded to IPFS. Okay, let's go for the next step. Okay, now for ease and security, we will use this ERC721 smart contract from 0xCert to create our NFT. So with this 0xCert ERC721 contract, we don't need to write the smart contract from scratch. Instead, we can just import the library contract and use the functions, and we deploy the smart contract using the this existing library. So now what we need to do is to go over to our Ethereum remix. Okay, let's go ahead with remix and add a new file, and let's call this our NFT 721. Okay, not very creative name, but it works. And he already said that is NFT .sol.solidity file, and I'm basically going to copy paste a script, and this script is going to be all we need to run our smart contract. Okay, so what do we have here? Basically, first line we have the license. We basically are using this SPDX license. We have the version of Solidity, Pragma Solidity 0.8.0, and then lines 4 and 5 we import the ERC721 contracts. Then line 7 we start the contract name, new NFT, and the NFT token metadata. Here we have the NFT name and symbol, and then we have here some variables for our NFT. Okay, great. Now we can go ahead and compile our script here to create the smart contract. Okay, let's go compile, and let's go ahead and click compile, and we see that there are a couple of errors. So he's saying that current compiler is 0.8. Okay, I think it has to do with the version. Okay, I think we need actually to change to 0.6. Yeah, and he's compiling now. Let's wait just for a second. Okay, awesome, and it compiles correctly. So it's compiled. We have here the green, and now we want to go ahead and deploy the smart contract. Okay, so once the code is compiled, let's go ahead and click here. Oh, by the way, make sure that you are on HTTP, not HTTPS, okay? HTTPS, it's going to give an error message and it's not going to work. So to connect to Inject protocol here, you need to be on HTTP. Okay, he's already connected to my Robstan test network. This is my account, my Ethereum account from my MetaMask. As you can see here, it's exactly the same. Great. I have here my contract that I want to deploy, and I'm going ahead and click deploy. It's going to prompt my MetaMask again. I will have to confirm this, and I need to pay gas fee. As you can see here, it's pretty inexpensive in the testnet, but sometimes on the mainnet it may be a little bit expensive. So let's go ahead and deploy our smart contract. This is going to allow us later to create NFTs. Alright, so let's now go to our deployed smart contracts. Our smart contract is already deployed. And by the way, actually you can also check your smart contract on the Block Explorer. So you can click here on your MetaMask, and you see that the smart contract was already deployed. And if you click here, view on Etherscan, you can actually also check that indeed the smart contract was already deployed. So as you can see here, 2 minutes ago, the smart contract was deployed. 2 minutes ago, because in the meantime I have paused the video for a couple of minutes. Anyway, let's go back, and what we want to do now is we expand here. Let's expand the mint function. You have mint here. Let's expand, and we want now to mint the new smart contract. And I want in this case, I want to mint this new NFT, this new token to my own address. Token ID is going to be the unique ID, so you can put a number that is going to be the ID for your token, and you need to put the token URL, and the token URL is our IPFS URL. Okay, so let's copy this one, and I will put the token URL and click transact, and he's going to prompt me the MetaMask again. I will confirm. Let's pay for this. And as you can see here, it says transact to a new NFT.mint pending. I'll pause the video for a second, and oh, actually no need to pause. We have here already our new NFT that was minted. So I can open here. We have status true, transaction mined, and the execution succeeds. We have the transaction hash. I don't know if this is too small for you to see. Yeah, cannot zoom in that much. But yeah, you have the transaction hash, execution succeeds. You have it was minted, this new NFT, to my address, my wallet address, and yeah, and it's all good. And we have here the URL for the image, for our artwork or photography or whatever it is that you are minting. If I want to double check this transaction on the Etherscan on the Block Explorer, I can also go ahead and open my MetaMask. I see here the minted transaction, and I can go ahead and click here, view on Etherscan, and here it is, a transaction. So we have created a new token, a new NFT from this contract, and the token was transferred here with this token ID that you remember we have put, the 888877, and so it's all good. Our NFT is done, completed, successfully minted an NFT, and behind the scenes this is what it happens. Now later on the NFT course, you will have the step-by-step to mint an NFT using a marketplace such as OpenSea. When you mint an NFT on OpenSea is way easier because all these coding stuff is behind the scenes, you don't need to deal with it. But if you want to mint an NFT yourself without relying on the third party, you can basically follow this process. Okay, congratulations for creating your very own NFT. You can now share it with other people, you can send it to your friends, you can sell it, you can do whatever you want. Alright, I'll see you on the next one. Hello everyone, welcome back, and now let's talk about CryptoPunks and other NFTs use cases, not only CryptoPunks. There are many different, very interesting use cases out there. NFTs is allowing us to create digital virtual assets for fine art, for trading cards, for anything that you can imagine that is a digital scarce asset. But let's start by looking at CryptoPunks. CryptoPunks was actually created prior to CryptoKitties, and I know that we are going to be talking a lot like these games. They may look silly for some people. For other people are not silly, because people are paying actually quite a lot of money for these CryptoPunks and CryptoKitties and digital art. So it's not that silly. And you can also have real world assets being tokenized. But let's look first at these use cases that we have here. So CryptoPunks was really the first, I believe, the first NFT project created in 2017 using the ERC-71 standards. It was created by Larva Labs, and they created initially 10,000 unique collectible characters. They created these 10,000 of these punks that were distributed for free initially, and some of them are now traded for millions of dollars. Okay, so not that silly. If you look here, you have here the largest sales. This CryptoPunk here is worth more than $7 million. Okay, and this purple hat here is my favorite, but I don't think I have enough money to buy it because it's worth $761,000. Crazy, right? Okay, then we have CryptoKitties. CryptoKitties is another big hit, and some CryptoKitties are also being traded for close to $1 million. So I think we can search for CryptoKitties for sale, and you can buy and sell them, and you can breed these CryptoKitties, and each CryptoKitty has a different attribute. Now, CryptoKitties are way cheaper. You can buy like a CryptoKitty for a few US dollars. And I'm also thinking about buying some. Not financial advice. This is just a game for fun, of course. But it's also very interesting to see the different uses in games. Then you have SuperRare. or SuperRare. Yeah, I think I'm spelling it correctly. It's basically a fantasy football game licensed by the football clubs, and each player represents an ERC-721 token. And you can buy these cards and collect them and play these cards. I'm not like a big fantasy football fan, but fantasy football is around in the market already for many years, and it's very interesting to see this coming also to the ERC-721 market and to the NFTs market. Then we have also, this website seems to be not to be working, but you have the Ethereum naming service and unstoppable domains, and basically these are domains that finish in .eth, and it can be used for different purposes. Can be used to receive crypto instead of having like that long string, that long hash. You can have a domain that is more intelligible to receive. Here we have to interact with the blockchain, and also you can host like, for example, a website, and they are censor resistant and immutable, which is cool. Let me start closing some of these here. Gods Unchained. Gods Unchained is another cool card that allows users to trade cards represented by ERC-721 tokens. In 2009, players spent 87 billion. Wow, this is crazy. I don't know exactly how do you play this, but it's another cool game, I think, where you can use these tokens, these ERC-721 tokens. Then you have also very well-known Decentraland. Decentraland is a virtual reality platform where the users can buy virtual land and monetize content in this virtual land. And this virtual land is also represented by ERC-721 tokens, NFTs. And then you have like a few small projects like Binance, these Binance collectibles. It was like festive cards, and you can also buy and sell them. Some of these are now available on OpenSea in some of the marketplaces for NFTs. My Kryptons is also a fun one where you can like buy and sell like these like politic related cards, and you can buy and sell them, and yeah, basically, yeah, it's cool. Oh, I think I want to buy Millennia Trump, 1.9 Ether. Okay. Anyway, then you have like Nifty gateways. Nifty Gateway is a marketplace to buy and sell NFTs for brand creators and artists. We are going to look later at the different marketplaces, and we are going to look at other marketplaces like SuperRare and OpenSea. And finally, Lock Game, Legends of Crypto. Legends of Crypto, it allows users to also to collect unique cards and play with them, and collect and play these cards that are that represent people, very well-known people from the crypto market. Okay, hope you can see some use cases here. This is not far from being an exhaustive list. There are many other possible use cases, but at the moment, these are the ones that have the biggest hype in the market, and this is where like the big NFT hype is coming from. So we have talked about some virtual assets that can be tokenized as NFTs. Now let's talk about real world assets. NFTs can represent both digital and real world assets. And NFTs can represent assets such as physical artwork, real estate, bottles of wine, cars, loans, stocks of companies, and much more. The ERC-721 can really represent any real-world asset. There are already some POCs, some proof of concepts being done that are exploring the possibility of tokenizing property and other real world assets. There is still some debate of security tokens, tokens that represent securities such as stocks and companies, if they should use the ERC 721 standard or ERC 1404, I think, that will allow to fulfill compliance requirements such as like KYC and AML checks. And while CryptoKitties use case sounds quite eventually unimportant for some people, there are some real serious business applications for NFTs. For example, NFTs can be used in private equity transactions, property deals. Another use case for NFTs is to allow to embed the terms of real estate contract or art purchase contract with escrow into a smart contract and allow seamless financial transactions. Talking about the bottles of wine, if you come to this website, to the EY website, you can check actually this project that is tracking bottles of wine with the ERC 721. You see here, oh, let me get out of the way, ERC 721 non-fungible tokens. Yeah, so it's not only for digital art. As you can see here already, a use case, this is already from 2019 actually, where you can tokenize bottles of wine, helping to protect the provenance of fine wine investments with ERC 721 tokens. Now, talking about investing in NFTs. Can or should NFTs be seen as an investment? That's a great question, and let's try to break it down. NFTs represent a unique asset, and as such, they may have some value. The value of an asset, such as art, is sometimes abstract, but the value is usually corresponds to whatever people believe it's worth and what people are willing to pay for it, right? Digital art was until now hard to track and hard to prove which of the copies was the original, and digital art is very easy to copy when compared to physical painting. For example, NFTs allow artists to tokenize a digital file, and say this one is the original. And digital art can, for the first time, be considered unique, ownable, and tradable. In 2016, the number 17A by Jackson Pollock, this painting here, was sold for $200 million. Why? Well, the answer is simple, because the purchaser believed that it's worth $200 million. Like any other original paintings, only one person, Kenneth Griffin, owns the original painting of this painting that we see here. However, I'm allowed to copy and paste it and share it here with you, this painting, right? And I can, if I check the internet, there are thousands of pictures of this same painting. However, the physical work, the original, is worth $200 million, and that person that owns it can prove that he owns it. Art NFTs are basically the same. The NFTs can represent artwork and the ownership of this artwork, and NFTs can be both represent digital work or physical art. Digital art seems more straightforward for the NFTs, but any physical asset can also be represented by NFTs. Now, when talking about physical art represented by NFT, the collector, the buyer, needs to understand what are his rights when purchasing the NFT. Although the market is very new and there are usually a few options to digitize physical artwork, there are like kind of three ways the digital art can be represented. And it's important to break them down. Option 1, the artist can create a physical work and digitize it and create an NFT through like photography or other techniques, and keep both the physical art and the NFT. Both the physical and the NFT are considered unique and ownable. And in this case, the physical art can either be sold separately or be sold together with the NFT. And then we may have option 2, digitize the artwork and destroy the physical artwork. It may make sense eventually to destroy the physical artwork in order to make the NFT totally unique. The destruction of the physical artwork can be recorded and shared with the owner of the NFT. For example, a Banksy artwork was bought for $95,000 by Injective Protocol, a blockchain company, and it was burned after being digitized into an NFT. And the physical work can eventually be seen as the means or a tool to create the digital NFT. And thus, it may make sense to destroy it in order to have the final NFT as a unique asset. Which leads us to option 3. In option 3, we treat the physical artwork as just a tool for the tokenization process. We don't sell the physical artwork, but only the NFT, which is considered the final version of the artwork. In some cases, when an NFT is created from a physical artwork, the NFT ends up being worth even more than the physical version, which is also an interesting phenomenon. Regarding the value of an NFT, it is related to the perceived value of the artist. It's just like any other artwork. And it's related to the perceived value of the artwork itself and the supply and demand for it. Before buying an NFT, you need to make sure that you understand that that NFT is unique and that the NFT is part of a limited edition or not, and how many NFTs there are for that digital artwork, because eventually the artist may issue a few of them. And it's important to understand the trends, and you can check different marketplaces like OpenSea and check the price trends and a lot of useful information that I can actually share it with you now. Let me open here. So I open here the OpenSea. OpenSea is one of the biggest marketplaces, and I can, for example, open here the CryptoPunks, because I'm, for example, doing some research regarding the price history, and I can see here the average sale price throughout time of these NFTs, and I can see here that it was peaked at some point in time. Yeah, but you can see here and do research and understand that actually there is some perceived value for these digital assets. Hey, you are there already. Alexa, stop the music. Apologies, I was listening to Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is also into NFTs. He also has issued a few NFT collections, and you have many musical artists involved in the NFT world. You have Snoop Dogg, The Weeknd, even Jay-Z. Jay-Z, he bought a CryptoPunk. If you go to Jay-Z's Twitter, which is this account here, he has his CryptoPunk here. How cool is that, right? Okay, let's go back to the video, and I want to talk about the how to buy an NFT from the Binance marketplace. Okay, so I have already discussed this new marketplace, the Binance marketplace, and I think it has some potential in the market, and I wanted to show you how does it work and how to buy an NFT from there. So okay, you click NFTs. You probably already saw my other video where I talk about the Binance marketplace, and in this case I want to go and I want to buy a Cyber Doberman. Okay, and to search for the Cyber Doberman, so I've searched for a Doberman here. This is a collection of 3,000 Cyber Dobermans with these cool characteristics, and I'm going to filter because I want only fixed price. Okay, so I already selected fixed price and click OK, and I'm listing low to high, and I look at these Cyber Dobermans, and I like this blue one. This blue one is quite cool and it's a good price. So I'm going ahead and click here, and he's going to show some details of this Cyber Doberman. So I can see that the listing is ending in 6 days. It's for sale for $200, and you can take a look at the characteristics of this Cyber Doberman, and I can trust that this is the real thing, because Binance is only limited to invited artists, so no random people can come here. You don't have, at the moment at least, scammers on the Binance marketplace, but please make your due diligence, okay? When I saw these Cyber Dobermans, actually I made a search on OpenSea to see if I could find cheaper on OpenSea, and if you search for Cyber Doberman on OpenSea, you will have some results. So you have this, oh my god, this is cheap, right? So you click, and if you don't do your due diligence, you would lose your money, because this is fake, this is a scam, and I'll do a video talking on how to avoid this kind of scam. So please make your due diligence and watch my other video where I talk about how to avoid NFT scams. Okay, but let's go back to this NFT that I want to buy, this Cyber Doberman 288, very special number. It ends in 88, which is a lucky number in Asia. So let's go ahead and click buy now, and I don't have enough funds. So I need to get some BUSD in order to buy this Cyber Doberman. So I'm going to head to my Binance account. I have at the moment some BNB Binance coin available, and I want to go ahead and exchange these to BUSD, which is the Binance stablecoin, USD stablecoin. So I'm going ahead and click trade. Let's see if I have the option here. I have BNB BUSD, so I just go and click here, and this is going automatically going to take me to the trading platform where I'm going ahead and buy 200 BUSD, $200 worth of BUSD, or maybe a little bit more, just to make sure that I have enough. So I want to sell BNB in this case, and I want to make a market order, because I want it to be automatically executed. Okay, and I can see that one BNB at the moment is 414 US dollars. So I'm just going basically to do 1.08. I'm going to sell 1.08 for BNB, and I'll get enough BUSD. So I'm going ahead, click sell BNB. Then if I go back to my wallet and click fiat and spot, I will be able to see my BUSD there. So yes, I have now BUSD. Oh, actually I sold more than what I need. Anyway, I'm not very good at math, as you can see. Okay, but now I have 448 US dollars worth of BUSD. I go back to my the Cyber Doberman that I want to buy, and I will click buy now. Okay, now I can go ahead and confirm. So I have available 4488 US dollars, and this is going to cost me 200 US dollars. Confirm, and it's paying. Success! Yay! We got a new NFT. So I go and click collections, and I will be able to see the 2 Cyber Dobermans that I have. How cool is that? Now I'm just buying them because I think it's cool, not for investment, to be honest. There is so much hype in the market. Please make your due diligence to make sure that you are buying the real thing from the real creator, and not that you are buying a knockoff or a scam or something like that. I'll make a video about that. But yeah, basically this is how easy it is to buy an NFT, in this case from the Binance NFT marketplace. So you can go now and click on the NFT. You have the provenance. Now it was purchased by me, And I could list this NFT, I could just go ahead and try to sell it straight away. I could sell it at set price or highest bids. I could now try to sell it for 1 million US dollars. Probably not going to sell, but anyway, I could go and try to submit it to the marketplace. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and let me know if you'd like me to cover any other marketplaces. So I was surfing Nifty Gateway and I was checking some artwork from the weekend, the hip-hop artist and R&B, and you can come here and search for any artist. You see his bio, and yeah, he recently made this sale called music as an NFT. You can click here and check it out. Really cool stuff. He sold it for $490,000, and it's a music with a song. It's an NFT with a song. I've been patient. How cool is that? Okay, the problem is that I don't have $490,000, a bit far from that, but I found something else much more affordable also from the weekend, so I decided to go shopping. So I've just decided to buy an NFT that I checked on Nifty Gateway. Nifty Gateway is one of the biggest marketplaces in the market, in the NFT digital art market, and only invited artists or more recognized artists can sell on Nifty Gateway. They do quite a lot these drops. So drops are pre-scheduled sales where they open a sale of digital art for a few minutes only, like 5, 6, 7 minutes only, and you can buy during this very short period of time. Sometimes like people buy 1,000 of a digital item, an NFT, and the digital artist can make sometimes like $1 million out of the NFT sale, which is quite cool, and I'm very glad to see that digital artists can be finally well paid. What am I going to buy? So I noticed that The Weeknd, the hip-hop artist, hip-hop and R&B artist, has these NFTs that he sold on Nifty Gateway, which I think they are quite cool, and so I've decided to explore a little bit more, and I actually found one at a very good price. So you can search for an artist, right, and you can check his bio and check what NFTs he has minted, and you can see a bunch of data. If I click this one, which is the one that I actually want to buy, you can see this is part of a collection, and the current average price is $333 US, and it was minted. They were minted 1,749 because this was one of those drop sales where people can buy an unlimited number as long as they buy within those like 5 or 7 minutes. Some of these NFTs have sound or music, and artists can combine music with video, with digital art, which is quite awesome, right? Okay, so let's me go ahead and buy this. So I found this one at a quite good price. So they have been sold for 333, and this one is for sale for 222. Not financial advice, and they were minted quite a lot of them. Okay, they have minted 1,749. It's big quantity, but they still scarce, and it will never be minted again. So this was a collaboration between The Weeknd and Strange Loop Studios, created by The Weeknd. So I'm going ahead and click buy now. And the good thing with a Nifty gateway is that I don't need to spend my crypto. I want to spend US dollars. I don't want to spend my crypto. So I can pay with credit card, which is quite amazing. I'm going to pause the video just for a second to insert my credit card details, and I will come back to you. Okay, I have added my credit card details. Unfortunately, I just noticed that I didn't record part of the purchase of the NFT, and actually right after I purchased the NFT, I listed also the NFT. But as you can see here, I can click my profile here, and yeah, and I actually have the NFT that I just purchased. Okay, here it is, and I've listed it for $450 US right after I bought it. Okay, so owned by me and sold for 222, and now it's for sale for 450. And you can see the this edition history. And I've put it for sale 58 minutes ago, and you can have some additional data to understand how these NFTs are doing, and also some market stats. So you can see that the price has been dropping 6% from the primary market, which is quite interesting. Sometimes, most of the times, you actually have the opposite. So maybe this is a good opportunity. Let's see. Yeah, but I'm very happy about this new NFT, and I put it for sale for like almost like twice of the price that I've paid for, because I don't really want to sell it. But okay, if someone pays twice the price, I'm okay with that. So the most well-known marketplaces for minting and trading NFTs are OpenSea, SuperRare, Rarible, and Nifty Gateway. And there are a lot of money flowing through these markets, and just a heads up, as any other market where there is a lot of money involved, there are scammers, there are people trying to rip off other people's money, and so it's very important to be careful to check and understand who are you dealing with, to understand if the person that is selling that NFT is reliable or not. And it's important, for example, when you visit these marketplaces, to check the URL, because scammers and hackers may create fake websites for people to believe that that's the correct website and do some kind of payment, and then you lose the money. So it's important to for creators to also have a good exposure. It's important to have access to these markets. And creators, if you are an art creator, a digital artist, you can use these markets to create and mint NFTs. Most of these marketplaces use Ether as a cryptocurrency, and some of them use some other digital currencies or stable coins, like USDT, for example. Let's take a look at them. I believe that OpenSea at the moment is the largest, yeah, it's written here, right? The largest NFT marketplace, and you can search and look at different NFTs. Look at this CryptoPunk here, so cool, golden punks. And you can mint, create, buy, and sell, and track NFTs here. I think I would like to buy this one. You see here the price changing. You can buy now, or you can make an offer, like you can bid for this NFT, and it's quite cool. We are going to look later at the step-by-step to mint a new NFT on the OpenSea market. Then you have, like, for example, SuperRare, collect SuperRare digital artwork, and you have also some cool artists. They list their artwork on SuperRare, and you can also create new NFTs. You can eventually create a new NFT. You can tokenize your digital art on SuperRare without having to sell it. And the same on Rarible. Okay, you can now he's saying that I'm on the wrong network because I'm on my MetaMask is connected to the testnet. Apologies, give me a second to connect it to the right one. Okay, these websites automatically interact with your MetaMask wallet. We are going to detail this, but basically I need to change it to from the RingBuy test network to the Ethereum mainnet so that Rarible stops complaining. Okay, here we are. Rarible, you also have very cool artists. You have people here. You have Andy Warhol being sold. Andy Warhol photography in this case, and you have a lot of cool NFTs here. I can click the Andy Warhol and let's take a look at it. So this is an unpublished Andy Warhol portrait, and it's now being sold for 48 Ether, which is close to $100,000 US. Oh, let me remove myself so that you can see the price. Yeah, so you can see here in this corner you have the price that is being sold at the moment. It's an auction, and I would like to place the bid. I would love to place a bid, but I don't have enough money for this. But just to show you how will it work, I'll click here, place bids. Oh, I need to enter the bid. So I need to enter at least more than 48.4. So I'm going to enter 50. Yeah, not enough funds, obviously. Not even close, unfortunately. But yeah, you could place a bid as easy as this. Like you are connected with your MetaMask wallet and you just place a bid. Okay, then we have Nifty Gateway. Nifty Gateway was where Beeple issued his first artwork in December 2020, and it's also quite a cool marketplace that is only invited digital artists can participate. Okay, I hope you can have like a good vision like of the main marketplaces for NFTs. I hope you have enjoyed and join me on the next one. Hi everyone, welcome to this video. I want to make a quick catch up and update on the different NFT marketplaces out there. So as you know, the NFT space is absolutely growing exponentially and it's moving very, very fast. So it's very hard to keep up with all the marketplaces and everything that you can do in the NFT space. Creativity is the limit, sky is the limit. And at the moment there is a lot of hype. So you need from one side, you have a lot of flexibility and a lot of opportunities out there and a lot of different areas that you can explore on NFTs, different types of NFTs that you can buy or create or invest. And on the other hand, you need to be extra careful. You need to be extra careful. You need to do your own due diligence. You need to be careful with frauds. And you need to also to understand from which marketplace are you buying these NFTs from, and what are the characteristics of these NFTs, of these marketplaces, and what are the terms and conditions, and also understand if you can buy and sell them later in the future, and if they are actually the NFTs are actually on the blockchain, decentralized, and if you have control over them or not. Okay, so I want to make this video where we are going through like 20 different marketplaces, NFT marketplaces, and we are going to quickly spend like 30 seconds, 1 minute per marketplace and talk about what blockchain are they using, what wallets are compatible with these marketplaces, and what are the costs to mint NFTs in these marketplaces. Okay, let's get into it. Let's start with OpenSea. Okay, everybody knows about OpenSea. OpenSea is the biggest NFT marketplace out there. And being the biggest NFT marketplace, you have literally millions of listings, and you have a lot of opportunities. You also have probably a lot of fraud and fake art. 15 million, if you search for the results, 15 million listings. Okay, this is crazy. But this is also where you need to be if you want to be in the NFT space, and if you want to reach a more broad public. Okay, and OpenSea works with the Ethereum blockchain, and the wallet compatible for the Ethereum blockchain is MetaMask. Okay, so to use OpenSea, to interact with OpenSea, you will need to use your MetaMask wallet. I'm going just to quickly log into my MetaMask, and I'm actually going to switch, just to quickly show it to you, I'm going to switch to my Ring-by test network, and I'm going to log in. So basically, most of these, or at least some of these marketplaces, they work with the authentication works with MetaMask. So you can see the kind of the MetaMask is like the Google authenticator when you sometimes authenticate to some websites. Okay, so he's detecting that I'm using the Ring-by test network, so I'm going to switch to, as you can see here on the top left corner, OpenSea testnet. And it's basically pretty much the same as the main OpenSea website, but it's just a test website where you can explore. So I could just go ahead here and buy an NFT. Okay, so let's see, let's find something cool that I can buy here. Oh, these ones are all so expensive. Someone was testing like with like huge price NFT here. Okay, but let's get the cheap one. Okay, I like John Travolta dancing, but this one is too expensive again. Okay, I'm going to buy like this flag. I don't know what this is, but I'm just going to go ahead and try to get this flag. I'm going to place a bid. Okay, I can make an offer, right? You have different kinds of listings. You can have like the buy it now listing, or you can actually place a bid. So I'm going ahead and place a bid, and I want my bid to be 0.12 ether, or WETH, which in this case is wrapped ether. Okay, I'm going ahead and place the bid, and I think he's going to prompt my MetaMask wallet to authorize this. Okay, so my wallet is asking for the passwords. Okay, let me put it here so that you can see. All right, yes, I want to sign this. And okay, your offer was submitted successfully. So basically this is how it works. And if I scroll down here, I have here my bid, as you can see here, is registered on the blockchain, on OpenSea website, and once the time for the sale ends, if my bidding is the highest, I will win this. Of course, again, we are testing. This is only the test network, so it's not real bidding. And the reason why it's important to have a test net in this kind of marketplace is that if I want to use the real marketplace just to place a bid or to do listings, you'll have to pay high transaction fees. So I'm not going to do it now. All right, so now that we have looked at OpenSea, let's get into the next marketplace. Okay, so let's take a look at Rarible. Okay, so Rarible, Rarible used the Rari token, and Rarible is also one of the main blockchains out there. He's detecting that I'm on the wrong network because I'm on the tests network. So for to check Rarible, I need to switch to the main Ethereum network, and this works with the Rarible token, which is an ERC20 token. So it also interacts with the MetaMask wallet. On Rarible, you can mint an NFT without paying anything. You are actually minting only on a website, and only when you are listing the NFT you pay something to list the NFT. So Rarible is also one of the main marketplaces, and once you create an NFT on Rarible, and you can list it on Rarible marketplace, and also you can list automatically on OpenSea, which is quite cool. Okay, let's look into the next one. Let's take a look at Apricot. I'm going also to show you the less well-known marketplaces, because who knows which one is going to be the next big thing. Okay, so Apricot, it works with a blockchain called Polygon. You can see here they have a brief presentation here, so you can click here. Apricot is for creators and stars looking for a unique way to engage with their audience and generate revenue. And you can sell NFTs with perks directly to your audience. So you can sell your NFT with additional perks, with additional utility. You can check on my Udemy NFT course. I have a section talking about NFTs for the music industry, and this is quite interesting for the music industry, because you can sell like a song with a video, and also a meet and greet, or backstage access, or ticket for a concert, or some kind of exclusive content for the people that are buying an NFT. And you can sell one single NFT. I don't know, The Weeknd, the hip hop artist, was selling this. Sold this one single for 490,000 US dollars, I think, or for 50,000, for 450,000 US dollars, I don't know. But it comes with a video and comes with additional perks, which is quite cool. Yeah, or he also made this limited edition where he's selling like a thousand of like a small video with a little bit of song. So you can do whatever your creativity allows to do it. And yeah, they talk a little bit about what are NFTs. NFTs are blockchain-based digital scarce assets, often referred as digital collectibles. Okay, we already know this. So here you can create an NFT and add additional perks. So I'm just very quickly click here and log in. I thought I was already logged in because I have here my icon, but anyway, no worries. Let's take a look at it. We could create an NFT. Apricot is extremely simple to use. I'm just concerned of the fact that they don't show the blockchain part, and they don't show much like the blockchain interaction. So it looks that it's a little bit, your blockchain wallet is a little bit centralized on Apricot. But I could just put a title for my sale and the description. I'm just going to put something very, very random here, and I will choose a file for my NFT. I want to choose my okay, I'm going to put this photo here of a very cool artist that I saw yesterday in an art exhibition. And of course, I don't own this, and I'm not going to list it. I'm just playing around a little bit, and I want to sell a limited edition or auction. I'm going to select auction, one NFT sold, and I want to the auction run for 5 days. Okay, starting bid wants to start at $1. When should the NFT drop? So when should start this drop? I'm going to put the 25th or 24th at noon or midnight, whatever. And royalty percentage, you can define a royalty percentage that you want for future sales. So every time someone sells an NFT in the future, the NFT that you have minted, you can have these 10% royalties. Okay, then I want to add additional perks. I will share with this person a personalized greeting video, because I'm a very cool artist and I do a specialized video. So Yeah, this will be pretty much it. The person buys the NFT that wins the bidding war is going to have access to the file, the good quality file, and also personalized video greeting. I'm not going to click finish because I don't want actually to sell this, and I don't own this image. Okay. All right. Then we have Mintable. Mintable is also pretty cool and one of the biggest NFT marketplaces out there. And the Mintable, they have two versions. They have the version with the Ethereum network or with Zilliqa. Okay, they are two different blockchains, right? The Ethereum network, as you know, and everybody knows, the transaction fees at the moment are quite high. So to mint and sell and buy, you need to pay transaction fees. But well, whatever. If you really like the art and the art has value, it's not much more than what you'd pay in a Christie's auction anyway. So if you are buying artwork for 20-something thousand US dollars, yeah, paying like 100 or 200 US dollars of transaction fee is not too bad. The problem is that when we are trying to buy like a lower price art, and the transaction fee really impacts on the price, right? Mintable is also a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization, and if you own the Mintable tokens, you can vote on the DAO, and so you can buy mint these tokens, and for some these decisions you can vote according to the number of tokens that you own, which is quite cool. Okay, just very quickly, you have Mintable Ethereum and the Mintable
CNBC's first ever NFT.
CNBC first ever NFT, cool. You have the Ethereum network and the Zilliqa network. They are two different blockchains and they are not really interoperable, meaning that an NFT that you create on Zilliqa is not going to be sold or transacted on the Ethereum blockchain. So they are separated blockchains. So I can eventually switch to Zilliqa. I have already tried to use the Zilliqa, the Mintables on Zilliqa, and it was a bit buggy. I didn't really manage to list an item because it was not talking very well with my ZillPay wallet. Okay, so if you switch to Mintable Zilliqa, you will have to install this wallet here. It's the ZillPay wallet, and I'm trying to open it and it's very slow. Okay, here it is. It's very similar to MetaMask, and you could mint and create tokens with a lower transaction fee because the Zilliqa blockchain, the transaction fees are much lower because the network is not congested, and also because Zilliqa is a PBFT blockchain in terms of consensus mechanism. Zilliqa is practical Byzantine fault-tolerant blockchain, which by some is seen as a less secure. Okay, but okay, Mintable, one of the biggest marketplaces out there, and you have Mintable Ethereum and Mintable Zilliqa. Let's look at the next one. Then you have NFTs marketplaces like these, Hic and Nunc. They are more alternative marketplaces where as you can see, the UI is quite different, and this works on the Tezos blockchain. Tezos blockchain also allows the creation of NFTs and mint NFTs, and probably the transaction fees are also quite lower. To be honest, I think this is a little bit like a small marketplace, but take a look at it and see if you like. Okay, then we have, let's look at SuperRare. SuperRare is also one of the biggest marketplaces out there. I think it's by invitation only, so you need to be already a recognized, well-recognized digital artist to mint, to be able to mint tokens on the SuperRare website. It's quite a reliable one, and also interacts, I think, with the Ethereum blockchain. And if I'm not wrong, you can also buy NFTs with the credit card. So take a look at SuperRare, is also quite a cool one. Then we have Foundation. Foundation is one of also a quite big NFT marketplace and curation platform for digital artists. Everything that you find on foundation.app you also find on OpenSea, obviously. And they also have very cool art. This is like, you can imagine, you can see Foundation as like a community of artists where this community creates the digital artists, and it's kind of like a big art gallery for digital artists. Totally worth to take a look. Then we have, let me open these two that I want to talk about them together. You have Myth Market and also Atomic Hub. They both use the Wax blockchain. Wax blockchain is it's a blockchain specialized in digital assets. I think it's kind of a little bit still like kind of a small blockchain, but also worth to explore as a good alternative to the Ethereum blockchain. Okay, Ethereum blockchain is congested, it's expensive, so you have these marketplaces trying to solve the problem of the transaction costs. All right, let's now take a look at also one of my favorites, Nifty Gateway. Nifty Gateway, you also have invited only by invitation only digital artists. You have very cool digital artists, and you have these drops. So every day they do, like at a certain time they do a drop. So they open the gates for people to be able to buy from certain artists. So you can see here that they are now doing this drop for this digital artist, and it's now live, and I could eventually click here and check his art, and if there is anything that I'm interested in, I could buy. It looks that this one is open, and they open like, I don't know, for like 1 hour, and during this 1 hour you can buy. Oh no, it's already closed. Okay, so they sold 1,000 for $1,500 US, 671 items, like this limited edition. Okay, this is cool. And I have here my the weekends that I purchased recently. One of the good things about, I have some people offering money for my NFT. So another good thing about Nifty Gateway is that you can use your credit card. Okay, you can use your credit card, so eventually you don't need to have Ether straight away to buy the NFT. You can use your credit card and buy with the credit card, which is cool. How cool is this stuff, right? All right, so you can see here it's owned by me. I bought it for 222. I'm selling for 450, which is more than twice the price, because I'm not too interested in selling. So I will only sell if actually someone is able to pay this price. And you can see the history of the item down here. All right, let's move to the next marketplace. And the next is Bakery Swap. For the folks that are into DeFi, you know about Bakery. Bakery is it has to do with the Bake token and a lot of DeFi stuff going on. To be honest, I'm not too familiar with this marketplace, but it seems to have so many cool features. And it looks that I'm here connected to my wallet, my MetaMask wallet, which is good. Please take a look at this website and let me know what you think. I would love to know more about Bakery Swap. It seems to have very cool features. Then we have NetHive. NetHive, I'm also not too familiar, but I'm here to show you the different marketplaces. NetHive works on the Wax blockchain. So again, it's not Ethereum blockchain, so it should be cheaper in terms of minting and buying or selling NFTs. Okay, let's move on, and I'm going to open now collectibles.io. Collectibles.io is another. Oh, interesting. No longer available. Oops. Let's move on. Well, yeah, this is why you should buy only like from more like reliable, bigger marketplaces. All right, let's move. Wax Stash. Wax Stash. It's another marketplace, also using the Wax blockchain. It seems that there are many marketplaces using Wax blockchain. I didn't do enough research on the Wax blockchain, but I'm quite curious to see because there are so many using Wax blockchain. It looks like this one is more specialized in baseball cards. Interesting. Then you have Known Origins. Known Origins, I think it's like more like a tracker for digital art, and also to buy and sell. It looks that to have the UI is pretty cool. I like this UI. It looks a little bit like Rarible, a mix of Rarible and Nifty Gateway. It uses the Ethereum blockchain, and I guess you can connect with your MetaMask. Here it is, the MetaMask. Okay, cool. Then let's take a look at Maker's Place. I've heard about also Maker's Place. Another marketplace using the Ethereum blockchain. They have, I think, a 15% transaction fee for the successful sales, which is a bit high, but they have very cool artworks here. Look at this. This is extremely cool. I would love to own some of these. I want to buy one of those digital frames, big digital frame, to start putting my NFTs. Okay, let's move on. We have so many marketplaces to cover. We have like we have a few more ahead of us. Then we have here Cargo. I'm not too familiar with Cargo, but it's another place to create, share, and buy NFTs, and it uses a different blockchain, the multi blockchain, I think. I'm not too sure. Anyway, let's move forward. To be honest, I don't find this Cargo too attractive. Okay, but anyway, maybe it's a good marketplace. Take a look and let me know. Then we have Mintbase. Mintbase, you can create inside the website. You can create shops. You can create your own art gallery, and I think this one also uses the Ethereum blockchain. Then let's go very quickly. We have so many to cover. And in the meantime, I'm going to open a few additional websites to start loading. Portion.io also uses the Ethereum blockchain, and it interacts with your MetaMask wallet. Zora is another marketplace using also the Ethereum blockchain. And I guess you can also connect with your MetaMask. As you can see, there are so many marketplaces that it's impossible for me to... Oh, what's this? It's impossible for me to keep up with everything. All right. Then we have Calamines that uses the Tezos blockchain. So it have a green leaf. Probably they try to sell like they are more like environmentally friendly because it uses the Tezos blockchain, and Tezos blockchain is not proof of work like Ethereum, and probably it's also cheaper in terms of transaction fees. Okay, what next? One more, and finally we have Codex. Codex is Codex protocol is to track the provenance of digital assets, okay? And so if you want to track the provenance of digital assets, this is a website to look at. Please take a look and also let me know how it works. I think this is also in the future it's going to be important that you can track the provenance of the digital assets that you are buying, to understand who were the previous owners and all that stuff. And blockchain is amazing to do this, and Codex is kind of probably like the window between you, the user, and the blockchain, so that you can track the provenance. All right, I think it was quite a long video, but I hope it was useful. And let me know what you think about these marketplaces, and check the other NFT videos that I have in the Udemy blockchain and NFT course. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you around. Hey, you are there already. Okay, so I want to do this video to update on the marketplaces. So there are many marketplaces out there for NFTs, as you already saw in my previous videos. But there is one new recent marketplace that I think it's worth to cover. I'm not going to do a new video for every marketplace, because otherwise I would have to do new videos updating the course every day. But this one, I think it's going to be quite interesting, and they are developing additional features. And basically, I am talking about the Binance NFT marketplace. Binance is one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the world. And considering that they are one of the biggest, they have a huge user base. They have millions of users, and millions of users means that the NFT marketplace may also have a lot of demand, which may be good news for you if you are thinking about investing or selling NFTs. Okay, so let's take a look at the NFT marketplace. So I'm here on the Binance page, the landing page. And you have here the option NFT. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you have here NFT, and you just go ahead, click NFT, and you will have the NFTs that are currently listed. Because the Binance marketplace is still kind of recent, you don't have like a huge quantity of artists here. And also it's important to say that in this early stage, only invited artists are allowed to publish NFTs on the Binance marketplace. So it's not any random person like me. I cannot go and create an NFT in the Binance NFT marketplace. So this is good because it gives you, as an NFT collector, some additional assurance that the NFTs here are from a reliable source, okay? You can check my other video where I talk about how to avoid NFT scams. There are a lot of scams and a lot of knockoffs from marketplaces like OpenSea, so it needs to be extra careful when you go to OpenSea. But when you go to, at least for now, when you go to Binance NFT marketplace or to a Nifty gateway, for example, you know that only invited artists publish their work there. Okay, so we have here a few collections. They started with these Zootopia, I think, and they have these Sir Lions. They have the Cyber Doberman. Actually, I bought one Cyber Doberman for myself, and they have these sharks. And to be honest, I have no idea if they are going to be a good investment or not. Not financial advice, I have no idea. But they have some very interesting work here. And basically, you can go and click a marketplace. And you can search for example, one of my favorite projects here is the Cyber Doberman. So I can just type Doberman. If you don't know, it's a dog breed, and click search, and you have here the Cyber Dobermans. By the way, if you wonder how do they create these images, they have a bunch of designers designing the characteristics of the images. This is basically the same way the Bored Apes work and the Cyber Doberman and many other projects, NFT projects work, is that they have the digital artists, the designers designing, I don't know, the glasses, the skin color, the background, the jackets, the tattoo, and all these characteristics, and then they run all these different characteristics through a computer algorithm, and it's going to generate thousands of images with all these variations. Okay, so in this marketplace, you can list it by ending soon. And let's say I could be interested in buying, I don't know, I like this one, the green one, the Cyber Doberman 126, and I'll click here. And I'm not going to buy now. I'm going to do another video where I'm going to buy the NFT, one of these Cyber Dobermans, but you can check later in the buying section. But I could come here and place a bid, and it automatically it comes the whatever is the currency from my Binance account. Because I don't have BUSD now, is asking if I want to buy more BUSD. And in this marketplace, you have either the auction items, or you have the ones that are being sold for a fixed price. So you could click here, fixed price, and okay, and he is going to list only the ones that are being sold for a fixed price. So I could click here, this one, for example. I'm just clicking a random NFT, Cyber Doberman, and this one I can buy it now for 4.6 Ether. So I could just click here and buy it now. I don't have enough at the moment, so I'm just going ahead and cancel. If you click User Center, you will have your current NFTs listed here. So I bought the Cyber Doberman 47. I'm going to buy later a new one to show it to you how does this work. But yeah, some pretty cool stuff. You have the provenance of this NFT. So it was minted by the Cyber Doberman kennel and purchased by this person, Gran Can, and then I bought it from him. So yeah, at the moment, the Binance NFT marketplace is a pretty simple NFT marketplace, not that many functionalities. And as per September 2021, you cannot withdraw your NFTs to your own wallet or resell it somewhere else. You can only do it within the marketplace. But they are developing these additional functionalities so that in the near future you can transfer NFTs from the Binance NFT marketplace to your own wallet or to OpenSea or whatever you want. All right, I hope you enjoyed these updates, and I'll see you again soon. Hey, by the way, talking about the Binance NFT marketplace, I just heard that it's not available for US customers. So basically, what I was showing to you was the Binance website that is not like the US version, so it's the Binance.com. But American customers are blocked from using the Binance.com. So American customers are supposed to use the Binance.us. And Binance.us, as you can see here, doesn't have the NFT option. What I've heard is that US customers can use a VPN to have access to the Binance.com. I don't know if it is possible or not. And anyway, hopefully, the Binance.us will also include NFTs in the future. I don't see any reason not to include. I think there are many other marketplaces that are serving the US market. So if you are in the US, please let me know if you can use a VPN, if you have any experience with buying NFTs in the Binance marketplace. I'd really like to understand a bit more how does it work in the US. All right, thanks for watching. Hey, welcome back, and let's talk about blockchain wallets and MetaMask. This is important because you really need to have a good wallet and need to be secure. A wallet is used to store a private and public key. It is basically a piece of software that allows you to store the private public key pair, and it allows users to sign transactions with their private key in order to send a transaction, in order to buy or sell something, and it allows users to receive a transaction using their public key and or wallet address. An example of, for example, a Bitcoin wallet could be, for example, a paper wallet, which is the perfect wedding gift. But there are different kinds of wallets, and they have different security levels. Online wallets, mobile and desktop wallets, and cold storage wallets or hardware wallets and paper wallets are the most common wallets. So your online wallets are probably the least secure of them. Then you have the laptop-based or mobile wallets or browser wallets like MetaMask that are so secure. And then you have the cold storage or hardware wallets like Trezor or Ledger that are the most secure ones. And we need to check how do they work, right? So if you have something valuable, it's important to secure your private keys, like with cold storage wallets or multi-signature wallets, to keep your private keys offline and secure. These wallets, hardware wallets, are also less susceptible of theft because they can be stored offline. They don't need to be connected. And while online wallets are online and hackers can be more like easily stealing them, hardware wallets such as Trezor and Ledger are considered the most secure ways to store private keys. There is a saying in the blockchain Bitcoin community that is, your keys, your wallet, not your keys, not your wallet. So it's important to keep your keys secure. Let's go back to NFTs. Most of the NFTs marketplaces will interact very easily and seamlessly with MetaMask. MetaMask is a web browser wallet, and let me show it to you. So MetaMask is a web browser wallet that is very simple to use and install. And once you install your MetaMask wallet, you will have this icon here that you can click to open, and it connects directly to your NFT marketplace. So MetaMask is very easy to install and use, and yeah, you can connect it directly to, interacts directly with your website, so you kind of to authenticate. The wallet, the MetaMask wallet, will interact with the blockchain to sign transactions, and your private keys and wallet address is going to be associated with the ownership of your NFT. And for this reason, it's also quite important to keep your private keys secure, okay? And although MetaMask is seen as a fairly secure wallet, it's in your browser, right? So it cannot be 100% wallet, 100% secure. So it's important to keep even more secure if you are storing any valuable NFTs or cryptocurrencies. And a good and safer alternative to MetaMask are hardware wallets like Trezor and Ledger. So if you click here, connect to hardware wallet, you can actually make your MetaMask wallet interact with the Ledger or Trezor wallet, these hardware wallets. And this is a great way to keep your crypto or your NFTs secure. Not advised, but it's probably the best ones in the market at the moment. And please never forget to back up your wallets, because if you lose your wallet, you lose your private keys forever. Personally, if I have anything worth more than like $500 I will store them in a hardware wallet like Trezor or Ledger. But it's up to you to decide. Maybe for you the $500 is just peanuts. But I will advise you to keep secure anything that you consider that is worth more than a few peanuts, okay? So you can use your MetaMask in conjunction with your hardware wallet to interact with NFTs platforms, and your hardware wallet is going to keep your private keys, and it's going to talk with the marketplace using your MetaMask. So it's much more secure to keep your private keys on Ledger or Trezor, and transact with the blockchain using this configuration. So now let's talk about IPFS, Interplanetary File System. We need to have a system to store our NFT asset. Where is the image going to be stored? Because on the blockchain we can only store the metadata. So let's break down the NFT creation into two sections. First, there is the blockchain section, which handles the minting and bookkeeping of the NFT. Blockchain is an excellent way to ensure that the metadata of the NFT is immutable. Metadata is data about data. And we can secure the metadata by replicating it across thousands of computers or nodes around the world. The Ethereum blockchain has more than 8,000 nodes, and you can also have one. However, blockchains cannot handle storing large amounts of data. You cannot store like a few megabytes of an image, because that will be extremely expensive to replicate across these thousands of nodes. It will have like a huge cost. And that's why we need IPFS. That's where the storing of the data comes into play. So you have the blockchain to store the metadata, and you need to have somewhere else to store the file of the image. So to store the image on the Ethereum blockchain would cost probably tens of thousands of dollars. And so the majority of the NFTs will need to be stored off-chain, outside of the blockchain. And that's where the IPFS comes into place, the Interplanetary File System. IPFS is a peer-to-peer protocol to share and store files. And IPFS uses content addressing to uniquely identify each file in a global namespace that is important for our NFT to link and to reference the NFT metadata. So in the NFT metadata, we can put like one of these links. The IPFS can be seen as a more persistent than like when compared like with services like Dropbox or Google Drive, where you can just, because you don't pay or because the image changed the URL, then the metadata of the NFT is going to be going to somewhere where there is no image. So when creating an NFT, we need to use the URL link that references to an asset, and this URL will be included in the metadata of the NFT. And as you know by now, the NFT data is immutable, so it will live forever with the NFT in the blockchain. And that's why it's essential to find a nice home for our asset or image. And IPFS works with these content identifiers called CID, which is a hash of the image, so it's very unique, and it's going to be immutable. And this hash is part of the URL that you see here, right? And this URL is unique for this image, and it will not change. So the image behind a certain CID in the respective URL will always be the same, giving us a certain degree of immutability for the NFT to be stored off-chain. I will show you later in the step-by-step section to mint a token, how to use Pinata. Pinata is an amazing platform to mint, to create new IPFS links and to associate these URLs to our new NFT. So join me on the next one. Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's now follow the steps to mint a new NFT. Let's create a new NFT for real. Not really for real, but we are going to use the testnet because at the moment the fees to create an NFT, the network fees that you need to pay to the Ethereum network are quite high. And for that reason, I'm going to use the testnet. So I hope you enjoyed this section, and you can also follow along and do by yourself. The best way to learn is to do. Full disclosure, this is a very fast evolving market, and by the time you watch this video, the steps may be slightly different. But I hope you can learn something with this. First step, make sure that you own the rights to tokenize the asset. You cannot tokenize something that you don't own, obviously, but if you are the creator or the owner of the asset, or you have the permission of the author to create the NFT, okay, go ahead and create the NFT. So first step, you need to prepare the asset. So make sure that you have the file of the image. If it is like a painting, make sure that you have the photography, make sure that you have all the assets to go ahead and tokenize it. You will need the source file and the JPEG or PNG file or a GIF or GIF, whatever you prefer to call it. And you can have like a not so good quality file to upload to the marketplace, and then you need to have a high resolution, high quality file or source file to share with whoever is going to own in the future the NFT. So second, you need to select the marketplace that you are going to use to mint the NFT and to sell your NFT. You can use different marketplaces. You can use Rarible. In this case, we are going to go ahead and use OpenSea. It's very easy to use. So you also need to have MetaMask installed, the MetaMask wallet. It's an important step, and I assume that you already have MetaMask. Okay, now I'm going to change to one of the test networks, RingBuy, because I don't have enough money in my real wallet, and I don't want to spend like $100 US just to create an NFT, because we are just playing around a bit. If you want to follow along, you can also change to the RingBuy test network, and you can even click here buy to get some free fake Ether, okay, and play and help us to play around. So in OpenSea, you can see that we are already connected. He is detecting that we are connected with MetaMask to the RingBuy test network. So the MetaMask is using kind of the authentication, like the single sign-on for your for the marketplace. Then we can start creating. Okay, so you can click here, create, and let's start creating our fucking. Okay, yeah, I know the problem, because when I click here, we are in the main OpenSea website, right? And we need to switch to testnet OpenSea, obviously. Okay, now we switch to OpenSea testnet, as you can see here, and now I can create, and now it's going to be allow me to create the NFT. Okay, so I can use an existing collection or create a new one. I'm going to create a new collection, and I need to select a logo for my collection. Let me select a file. Okay, I want this to be my logo. I selected this file here to be my logo, and I'm going just to put something random here. My first collection. In description, I'm just going to leave it blank. Create. This is just a collection, meaning that you can have multiple artworks or multiple tokens inside a collection. Okay, my first collection has been created. Now we can add items to our collection. So let's go ahead and add new items. So I'm going to click here, add new item, and he is going to pop up my MetaMask wallet and ask me to sign with my private key, my wallet address. So I click sign. Okay, it's kind of to authenticate. Okay, now to create a new item, I need to upload a file. You have different file formats. JPEG, PNG, GIF, MP4, MP3, WAV, and the maximum size is 100 megabytes. You can upload here the original file, or you can upload like a lower quality file for your NFT. Okay, let me see. So in this case, I'm going ahead here, and I want, let me show you. I want to upload. Okay, I'm going to upload this one here, and let's say this is like a smaller quality file. Okay, and I'm going to type here unblockchain. Unblockchain is the name of a book that I have published on the blockchain space. External link, I could put here like a link, a description. This is my new artwork NFT. You can put something here, and you can add some properties like a character, name, and blockchain. You can add different properties for this file to help people searching for the file. You could add levels and different stats, and I can also put here unlockable content, and this is where Pinata comes into place. So I go to Pinata, and if I want to share, for example, a file, the source file or the high resolution file, the original file with the owner, with the new future owner of this NFT, I can put here on unlockable content. So this content can be only revealed by the owner of the item. So if someone's going to buy this item from me, it's going to be available to have access to this unlockable content. For this, I'm going to use Pinata. Pinata is the IPFS service, and I'm going to upload a new file. And the file that I'm going to upload, it's going to be the original, let's say, of this book cover. I'm going to upload in this case the JPEG. You could upload here really anything. Okay, it can be your vector file or anything. And yeah, I'm going to click upload. It's very quick to upload, and is going to create a new CID for this file. Okay, here we have, this is our CID. It's a hash of the file, and if I click here, it's going to open a URL, and the URL corresponds to this plus the CID hash of our file. Okay, so if you compare this here with this, is the same. So I can copy this link and put here as unlockable content. Okay, supply, we only have one. I go ahead and click create, and yeah, as easy as this, we have created a new NFT, a new item. Well, this is yet only created on the OpenSea. So I click here, visit, and I can see that I have here a new asset and blockchain, and now I can go ahead and sell it. So I click sell, and there are a couple of options to sell my NFT. I can sell at a set price, at a specific price, or I can sell it at highest bid. Okay, so let me do highest bid. I want to do an auction, and I can put, for example, minimum bid is 1 or 1.1. No, apologies. So the minimum bid is 1 and the reserve price is 1.5, for example. And this auction is going to expire in 3 days. So in this case, this auction is going to be live for 3 days. And I click post your listing, and he's now posting our new auction. And any person in the network will be able to buy it. So it prompts the MetaMask wallet. Again, our MetaMask wallet could be connected to a hardware wallet. If you are dealing with valuable assets, please use the hardware wallet. I click sign, if this was the real, because I'm using the testnet, I'm not paying anything. But if I was using the real network, I'll be paying some gas fees, okay? And it will be a bit expensive. So here it is. It's now live. If I come to here and click browse, I will see my new NFT created. And people can actually bid for it. Oh, it's here. It's here. Okay. And people can bid for it or and buy it. So I hope you have enjoyed. And the next one, we are going to actually buy an NFT. Okay, now that we saw how to create an NFT, let's see how to buy. It's very simple to buy, but let's see how to buy it. Okay, so I'm here connected to OpenSea using the testnet, so I'm not going to use real money. And I want to buy this Shiba. So I click the Shiba. And I'm actually going to place a bid, or I could, yeah, it doesn't have like a buy it now option, but it has a place bid. So I'm going to click here, place bid, and I'm going to bid 2.1 Ether. And I acknowledge that I read the terms and conditions and all that stuff. Oh, I know I don't have enough ETH. Let me see if I can convert here. So he is going to open here Uniswap. Uniswap is kind of decentralized exchange, and basically I'm going to convert all my Ether, click here max, to WETH. Okay, and click wrap. This is going to prompt my MetaMask. If you already have, in this case they want WETH, right? But if you have Ether, sometimes in some auctions they also accept Ether. Okay, so let's confirm here. Again, this is the testnet, so it's like everything is for free. It doesn't matter. It still may take a little bit of time, but yeah, because it may take a little bit of time to do this conversion, still pending here. I'm going to pause. Oh no, no need to pause. It's already done. Okay, that was quick. So if I click my MetaMask wallet here, you will see that instead of ETH, I have WETH. So I click here, and then I can. And I can click here assets, and you see that I have here the WETH, and I could eventually add new tokens. Okay, so I can close this, and finally I can place my bid. I'm going to bid for, I'm going to be very generous, and I'm going to pay 3 Ether, $633 US for this Shiba. Of course, this is fake money, so no worries. Okay, he's waiting for the wallet provider. It may take sometimes a few seconds to load. He's telling me here that this item has not been reviewed by OpenSea. I know, I'm just playing around with the testnet. And I click sign, right? And my offer was submitted. As you can see here, this message, my offer was submitted successfully. So I have here the our bids, and I can see the historical transactions for this. And yeah, if the sale ends and my bid is the highest bid, I will buy this NFT. Of course, this is not like a real thing. This is a testnet, but kind of illustrates well how would you buy an NFT. Hi, welcome to this video. As I said before, you need to be extra careful with scams and knockoffs. Okay, these are two different things, right? A knockoff is just someone that is trying to ride on the wave of hyped projects and try to do like some changes and try to sell it. These knockoffs are not really a scam, but they are not good projects anyway. And then you have scams, like really someone that is trying to impersonate the real creator to sell you a fake NFT. Okay, so let's spot these two and how to make your due diligence to make sure that you are not going to be scammed. Okay, so I already gave the example before that I was shopping for these Dobermans, right? These cyber Dobermans, and you see their price here, 4.6 ETH, or around 400, 500, 600 US dollar. And I thought, maybe I can go to OpenSea and see if I can buy it cheaper. So I went to OpenSea and searched for cyber Doberman. And if you don't pay enough attention, you could fall in one of these scams. So look at this. Let's compare. Let me go back to the Binance marketplace, and let's search for the cyber Doberman 002. Okay, the 002 is not for sure not for sale for 0.03. Okay, it's much more expensive. Okay, so I head to Binance NFT marketplace and let's search for Doberman 002, and let's take a look at it. Okay, so we open here and we see, first of all, that this cyber Doberman collection is at the moment exclusive on Binance NFT marketplace. It's not on OpenSea, okay? And if you do a bit research, you'll see that only the Binance NFT marketplace has this collection. And you cannot even transfer yet NFTs from Binance to OpenSea, so it's not possible by that. And then you see that it's selling for 660 BUSD, and this is a unique item, right? So you cannot be in two places at the same time, actually in three places, because the guy that is minting this NFT even duplicated the cyber Doberman 002 and the 001, and these are unique items and they cannot exist in two places at the same time. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is the price is too good to be true, and also these are 3,000 unique avatars that were created, and if I click and search for the profile of this person, you can see that he put some information here. This is not a verified account, and he has only 32 items. So all these NFTs here are fake. This is a scam, and the best thing you can do when you spot a scam is to report, and you click report, and you say it's a copyright infringement, and the original creator, you can put the URL of original where this NFT is, and you can say something like okay, these NFTs are a copy from originals, something like that. Okay, and you click report. Okay, let me give you a couple of additional tips on how to spot scams. Okay, so Bored Ape Yacht Club is one of the big cases where you have tons of scams, because these NFTs are extremely expensive at the moment. They cost like $100,000. The cheapest one costs a few dozen $1,000s, and there are no cheap Bored Ape Yacht Club. Okay, so one of the things you can do is all the NFTs that are associated to Bored Apes, you can, if you search for them and you click you click here Bored Ape Yacht Club, and you go to the official Bored Ape Yacht Club, and it's a verified account, as you can see here, okay? And you need to be very careful because, for example, I searched here for Bored Ape Club, and I saw this, oh, there is a Bored Ape here, right? And you go ahead and open this Bored Ape thinking that, oh, it's actually a very good price. And you get excited, you go ahead and buy. But are you doing the right decision? Well, it seems that this is coming from Bored Ape Yacht Club. What? Okay, you click. And Bored Apes Yacht Club LLLLLLL. So this is a total scam, okay? And you take a look, take a close look at this. If you zoom in, it seems that it has the verified collection here, right? But look at the difference. This is the real account, and when you put the mouse here, you see that it's a verified collection. And this is the logo, right? You go to the fake account and they have copy pastes the logo with the verified icon here. This is a total fake, okay? This is not a verified account by OpenSea. So whoever's buying an NFT here is going to lose money, okay? Another way you can check is by looking at the smart contract address, okay? So in every NFT you have the smart contract address, and I can open here in a new tab, and I'm going to search for the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So you can go to the official website of the project and check what's the smart contract address, okay? So if I come here to the Bored Ape Yacht Club official website, you can go ahead and click provenance. Okay, you click provenance and you have some very useful information here. So you have here the official contract address of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So, and if you compare this address, if it ends in 6F13D, it's different. It's totally different. It's not 6F13D. So this is the smart contract of the scammer, okay? You need to be super careful with this. And also, actually, if you go back to the official, this is the official Bored Ape Yacht Club, and you can select one of the apes, and you can check what's the smart contract behind the ape. So you click details and you open a new window and you compare the smart contracts. And by the way, this is even like a smart contract from Rarible. It's not even from the same marketplace, because you can go and mint an NFT on Rarible, and it's not the same thing. So this is the smart contract of the official address that you can find from the official Bored Ape Yacht Club. And when you compare it, you can see, right? You can see that this contract address is different from this one, totally different. So be careful every time you want to buy whatever is the NFT. Check if you are buying from the official page, or check at least on OpenSea if the NFT is linked to the official page. Check if the smart contract is a smart contract, the real thing, and not from like random scammer. If there is an official website for the project, check the official website. And if the price is too good to be true, it's because probably it's a scam. Okay, so I hope it was useful. Always make your due diligence, and happy NFT shopping! So the last but not the least, we need to talk about NFT security. There are some good cybersecurity practices that we need to be aware of. It's essential to have a few additional words regarding security. Some security best practices need to be addressed not only in the NFT market but also in any market. But let's in this space, it's a new space where a lot of money is involved, and there are scammers and hackers that will try to get a piece of your pie, and consequently you need to be extra careful. This is not an exhaustive list. I assume that you know cybersecurity basics, but let's take a look at some of the cybersecurity best practices. Use a hardware wallet in conjunction with your MetaMask wallet. Never use MetaMask alone if you have valuable items. Second, make sure that you are connected to the correct website. Scammers may clone the original website and change a little bit the address of the website and try to create a fake website to steal your cryptocurrency. Never share your private keys with anyone, and never send cryptocurrency to anyone that asks you to send, just because they are going to send you back twice. Do some due diligence on the NFT seller and understand if he is a legitimate seller. Do also some due diligence on the artwork too. There are people digitizing and selling artworks that they don't own, so you need to make sure that seller is reliable. If necessary, contact the artist to check if he has authorized tokenizing his art and selling. Let me quickly share this with you. So I follow this artist, SuperRare, and I notice SuperRare. And while I was browsing OpenSea, I noticed that he was apparently selling something here. So we have here this short video, and this could be like an NFT. This is apparently owned by this person. But I found it a bit suspicious because I know the artist well, I follow him, and it didn't seem like it was posted by him. So I've contacted him, and he said, yeah, this is not authorized by him. So yeah, you will be paying, like, if you bid for this, you'll be paying some money, and actually this was not authorized by the artist. So always be aware who is selling what, and make sure that you are buying it from the artist or from someone that actually owns the artwork. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed. The next step for you, it is now to create the NFT. Create an NFT by yourself and share it with me. I would love to check your NFT. You can use the testnet to create it, and I would love to see it, what you have. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one.